taxpayers, you're back with MrTaxes.ca with special guests and our special co-host. Make sure and tune in weekly Wednesday mornings, 9 a.m. Pacific time, 12 noon Central. Remember to subscribe and remember to smash, bash, and kick it in the you-know-what with that like button if you want more videos like this. And here we are, we're live.
I'm excited for today.
I'm excited for today too because we got one of the big guns on. We have Western Canadian Regional Big Kahuna. I'm not sure the official title for Joyce, but she's with Canada Life. Recently announced Canada's second largest insurance company. Big merger that just happened over the last year. So it's exciting finally to have somebody on from the insurance industry. We've been talking about tax and affiliate marketing the past couple of weeks. We'll still talk about affiliate marketing because that's the main side hustle for your side hustle is our referral program. But what we'll do this week is veer off to the side and talk about some tax planning, insurance strategies, and then have Joyce come on and talk about, she's going to be talking more specifically today about term insurance. So we'll dive into that a little bit. Jesse's also in fully life licensed insurance for Alberta, Ontario, most of Western Canada, BC. But right now you're in Mexico.
Right now I am in Mexico for another 4 days.
So how long have you been down there? How long have things been going on in Mexico?
I've been in Mexico since the end of October. It's been a blast. The weather is so much nicer than Canada, but I am excited to get back home and see some family and get the kids back into routine.
The political environment too. Good morning, Joyce.
Hello, can you hear me okay?
We hear you great. We can see you, hear you. Glad to have you on this week. So our webinars every week, we talk about affiliate marketing because that's our main referral partners. And then we talk a little bit about tax and planning, but more specifically this week about insurance. So yeah, we talk about a little bit about tax planning. So our main hustle is accounting, income tax, bookkeeping. But we also have an insurance brokerage, and our main distributor is Canada Life. So thanks for coming on this morning. And we put these webinars on every week. So they're on every Wednesday, 9 a.m. Pacific time, noon Eastern time. And for Jesse, whatever time of the day when he finishes his siesta.
It's Eastern time where I am.
Yeah. And Joyce, where are you located?
I'm currently working from home, but I do reside in Langley, so.
In Langley, and where's the main office for BC for Canada Life?
Downtown.
Downtown Vancouver?
Yes.
And sorry, you got on just a little bit late. We were giving you some informal introductions. What's your official title with Canada Life?
So my official title is regional sales manager on the insurance.
On the insurance side.
Yes.
Okay, awesome. So today we're going to talk a little bit about tax affiliate marketing, but we'll spend most of the time talking about today. Joyce is going to talk about term insurance. We'll talk about the differences possibly between term and permanent insurance for our viewers. A lot of mortgage brokers on, so it's a great opportunity for mortgage brokers with our referral program to refer clients to us for their insurance needs on their mortgages. We'll talk about that. We always have a few tax tips, some tax jokes. Jesse's full of jokes, usually. Just keeps them rolling. And then we'll get into some Q&A at the end, which is always great because our team is on as well. We always have all our team members on, so they also have some questions for you, Joyce.
Awesome.
So again, our events are every Wednesday, 9 a.m. Pacific, noon Eastern. So if you have time, you can always watch the replays as well. So if you're not sure where to get the replay link, join the Dollar Tax Club and you can watch all the replays in there. It's $1 to join, and with that you get a 10-year tax review. So a little bit about our company first before we talk about how big and bad and great Canada Life is. We started in 1984, so I started right out of high school. The nickname Mr. Taxes came to me in high school because I was doing tax returns for friends. I learned how to do it from my grandparents and my mother, single mother, trying to make ends meet, doing some additional, trying to provide some additional income for the family during tax season. Single mom growing up, and I had a few siblings, so she always had a side hustle going way back then. But that name stuck. I went into the trades, and then years later, had a bad injury, got back into basic bookkeeping and simple tax work, got insurance licensed, got securities licensed, and then started going to some of the high net worth seminars with presenters, like Joyce and, the presenters that they have at these events, and started learning some in-depth tax strategies for clients. So that's really basically what we do. We're first and foremost a tax company. We got involved with Jesse. You're going to hear from Jesse in a minute about his background in marketing, more specifically affiliate marketing and online. And Jesse's the one who helped put our referral program together for mortgage brokers. So we have a great referral program for mortgage brokers, and we'll get into that in a little bit before we hear from Joyce. So here's our tax joke of the week, and Paige and Alicia put these together. And all day hardworking men and women leave a copy of their tax returns under their pillow so the tax fairy can replace it with large tax refunds. So one of the biggest tax refunds we found for a client doing this complimentary 10-year tax review was $92,000. And, everywhere in between, anywhere from a few bucks to thousands. The average we're seeing is between $2,000 and $3,000 additional refunds that people miss just by checking the wrong boxes on their tax return, or, forgetting to claim their RSP contributions. A lot of you may be familiar with this one, Joyce, clients who do leveraging. So they borrow money to invest so they can write off the interest on the loan. Yeah. Then they use the additional tax refund to reinvest or pay off the loan. 90% of people that are practicing that strategy, they forget to claim the interest on their tax return, which is the whole purpose of doing it. So we go back and reclaim that for them. So we'll hear from Jesse a little bit now.
Awesome. Thanks, Rob. I've been an online, offline entrepreneur since 2016, considered to be a digital marketing mogul. I've built teams of thousands of people in the affiliate marketing industry. My real passions, though, lie in helping entrepreneurs just turn their visions into reality, taking the automation technical piece and just thinking of different ways to put systems and processes together, like we did for Mr. Taxes and the team for DOLLARTAXCLUB. But just taking these ideas and putting them into reality so that it's a seamless, easy process for your clients or your leads to go through. And that's my passions. I'm also fully licensed in life insurance, like Rob said, most of Western Canada, BC, Alberta, Saskatchewan, and Ontario. The reason I chose to get licensed in life insurance is because my mom passed away when I was 19 years old, and life insurance played a big role in that, without getting into the details. But basically, life insurance is not a sexy topic. It's not something that everyone wakes up and says, I want to talk about life insurance today. But
speak for yourself, Jesse. Not sexy. Come on. We exude sexiness every day.
Well, we make it sexy over here. But, at the end of the day, it's not a fun topic for people to talk about. But one of the things that one of my mentors taught me when I first got into the industry was you don't go buy a fire extinguisher after your house is already on fire. And that's how I view life insurance. And I've never heard someone come back to us and say, I wish you wouldn't have sold me so much life insurance. It's not something that happens. So I'm really excited for today. It's a topic that I'm passionate about. So that's me.
That's awesome, Jesse. And, Joyce, maybe just take a couple notes. So one of the things, a lot of our listeners are, just the average Canadian that's filing taxes with us. And we talk to all our clients about insurance. But maybe before you get into your introduction, maybe just the difference between permanent insurance and term insurance. Maybe you could explain that to us, Joyce.
Yeah, absolutely. So term insurance, basically, if you have any sort of temporary financial liabilities, such as mortgage, maybe you have to pay some type of child support or spousal support. So it basically covers your temporary liabilities. But what's nice about term insurance, though, is that it gives you the ability to lock in your insurability, meaning that if you were to do, say, term 10 of whatever the amount, you have the ability to convert that temporary insurance into permanent insurance down the road. So if your insurability would be an issue down the road, which, in many cases, many people develop some sort of health concerns as they age. It's just a really great way to lock in your insurability. And if you have any sort of estate liability, whether if you have, investment condo, vacation cottage and things like that, that's when the permanent solution can come into play. And for business owners as well, there's insurance is not just about life insurance, you pass away and then you get the death benefit. There's multiple ways that you can leverage insurance to, I know Mr. Taxes knows this extremely well, but you can use the permanent insurance solution to perhaps save on taxes if you're a business owner.
I have to unmute, I guess, for you guys to hear us. So Joyce, your slide is up on the screen. So give us a bit of your background. You were just introduced to us about a month ago with Canada Life. How long have you been with them? And, just elaborate on your background and where you came from.
Yeah, absolutely. So I actually grew up in Halifax. So I moved from the far East Coast to far West Coast. And I went to Dalhousie University and I majored in math. And my original intention was to major in actuarial science, which I actually did. And that was a career path that I thought I was going to go into. So, insurance was not really a foreign topic for me because I studied actuarial science in university, as well as I took some tests to become, on my way to become an actuary. But, I got my first job as one of the Fortune 500 companies, and I just discovered that I'm really great, in sales and connecting with people and things like that. So, I chose my career path in sales, and so prior to joining Canada Life, I was working for another insurance company as a wholesaler. And when I joined Canada Life, I just originally, I used to support advisors in Midwest, so Calgary and Edmonton region, but I got promoted, so here I am. So I had been with Canada Life for about 2 years now, and in this current role for about 3 months now. Wow.
3 months, and that's how we were connected, because your role is working with the brokerages and individual advisors, giving advice. So when we need support, we go to Joyce. Correct. And Joyce, with Canada Life, there was a merger over the past year and a half between two other major insurance companies owned by Power Financial. Can you elaborate on the merger and what it means for clients?
Yeah, absolutely. So I guess the merge happened, the London Life, Great West Life, and Canada Life merged into one. It just, nothing really changed as far as the service level goes. You can still, you can still convert your old Great West Life, London Life policies into the new Canada Life policies. So in terms of administrative side of things, nothing has changed. Maybe the organizational structure has changed, obviously drastically, but we definitely, the service level that we provide to our advisors has improved, in my opinion, because we have inside sales team, we have myself as an outside wholesaler. So yeah.
Pretty big merger though. It moved Canada Life into the number 2 insurance company in Canada with size, but I know a lot of areas you're number 1 now because of the merger. So today we're going to talk a little bit about term insurance. So where does term insurance, one of the big places that term insurance comes into play is with mortgages. And we work with a company called Filogix. We had Ryan Spence on 2 weeks ago from Finastra, which is the parent company for Filogix Software. But they service 17,000 mortgage brokers in Canada, and we're their exclusive provider for tax documents. So we have access to the 17,000 brokers now through their platform, and we now have a link. And one of our main objectives is to service a mortgage community for term insurance needs for their clients. And we do have a referral program for mortgage brokers that are maybe listening today. And we do have an affiliate program through the DOLLARTAXCLub that Jesse helped set up. So this system that Jesse helped us set up, we're able to service all 17,000 mortgage brokers. So it's a matter of us now working with Canada Life and their term product for converting some of the other products that are out there, some of the temporary mortgage or creditor insurance products that are out there. And maybe before you get into your presentation, Joyce, are you able to share the screen?
Let me just see.
Because if not, I can get your presentation up on the screen.
I'm not sure how I can do that here. Just one second.
Yeah, it would be up in the top area in the center.
Okay.
And if not, I can get your power. If you're not able to get it, I'll get it up on our screen here.
Oh, that'll be great. I can't seem to figure that out, but if
that's all right. So just quickly with, there's one main product out there that's been servicing the mortgage industry for years, mortgage protection plan. What is the main difference between creditor insurance or MPP and term insurance through a provider like Canada Life?
So if you think about creditor insurance or even mortgage insurance, once the death benefit has been paid out, it actually goes directly to the bank, versus if you have term insurance, it goes directly to your beneficiaries. So what's nice about that is, in some cases, if, for example, if your spouse passes away, the last thing you want is having your house paid off. Maybe you have different expenses, such as your funeral cost. Maybe you want to pay down your credit card debt and things like that. So it gives you the flexibility to utilize the death benefit to suit your life needs, rather than it, go straight to the bank. So I always tell my advisors, hey, listen, if you want your client to have flexibility to utilize the death benefit, then definitely you should think about having term insurance rather than going directly with mortgage insurance or creditor insurance.
Take it away, Joyce. We've learned a little bit about the differences. And now for brokers that are on our referral program or those that are interested in working with us on the term insurance side for their clients, we can also convert to permanent insurance at some point. But this presentation, I know, Joyce, we went through it talking about a promotion that Canada Life has on right now for term insurance and about your term product. So the floor is yours. And when you're done, just let us know. We'll watch the comments. So if anybody has questions, we'll try and grab those questions for you. You don't have to worry about that. We'll take care of that side.
Awesome.
And yeah, take it away.
Okay, thanks, Robert. So just wanted to touch on our term insurance. So right now is the perfect time to leverage our term insurance product because we have 15% discount on the T10, so that's a 10-year term policies, and we have 10% discount on all the other term length. And you can basically pick and choose the term length with Canada Life. We have the widest range of term length, starting from your term 5 to term 50. That's 50. Yeah, that's correct. And this discount applies for the life of the policies, which is if you're writing a really huge term cases, this can save your client a lots of money. And this is available on all new standalone Canada Life My Term policies with issued ages 55 or younger. And this applies to any joint corporately owned, as well as any rated policies as well. And for the applications received between November 1st, 2021 to March 6th. So the deadline is coming up pretty soon, but this is just a really great opportunity to utilize our term insurance. And we are actually #1 in terms of pricing at the moment with the term discount. I just want to touch on why choosing Canada Life for PAR. So we participating life insurance, we call it PAR, and we have the experience, and we are the biggest PAR funds in North America, actually, and we have the expertise and accountability and conviction. So this is basically statistically shown that we are dominating in the large case insurance market. So life insurance, large case sales, this has been pulled as of September 30th of 2021, and premium ranges over 1 million. So that's then 1 million annual premium. As you can see, the total premium goes up to 211 million and almost $600,000. So this is what I say to all of my advisors. We're not good because we're big. We're big because we are good. So I just wanted to show you that our open PAR accounts is standing at $45.2 billion. It's actually more than that as of today. It's about $47 billion in assets, and which is the largest in Canada. And if you were to add up all of our competitors' par account, we still exceed in size of all of our competitors' par accounts combined. So that goes to show that the strength that we have in terms of our par funds. And in 2020, we distributed to $738 million in death claims and $1.2 billion in policy dividends. So as Canada Life, we have not left the par market as some of the competitors they have in the past. And we've been paying dividends since the year 1876, I believe. So it has been, and we do have a long history of our par account. So I just wanted to elaborate a little bit further on why choose Canada Life as your term insurance, is because you always have to think about the convertibility of term when you're initially locking in the insurability of your clients, because we do have the broadest product shelf on UL. We have different early value product, late value product in our whole life products, and we have different ranges, different types of payments as well. So we have the 10 pay, the 20 pay, and the lifetime pay. We have the ability to add on additional deposit options such as ADO. And so these are the main factors why you should definitely think about which provider that you should go with when it comes to choosing your term insurance. And Canada Life is number one for a reason.
Yeah, it's for very good reason. It's the support that we get as a brokerage as well, because we help put together a few of those larger cases, and they require a lot of work. There's in-depth tax planning, and individual brokers that are out there can help, can reach up the chain at Canada Life, but we've worked on those cases and we were able to get all the support we needed. So it's great working with Canada Life. That's why you're on the webinar today. And previous people in your roles have been on our webinars, and they, everybody that's been with Canada Life, and I know it doesn't end with you, Joyce. There's in-depth tax planning department, there's CFAs on the team, right all the way up the chain. And individual mortgage brokers that are working with their clients and looking at insurance coverage, a lot of them have the creditor insurance options where the clients can just check a box, but there's many more options beyond that. And a lot of brokers that may be watching or may hear this on a replay, some of them are worried about their commission. So a lot of them have a 6-month chargeback. And what we do as a brokerage, if we work with any brokers that are offering that product, we wait until either the chargeback period is ended or we pay out the difference in commission as a referral program, because they are entitled to compensation on those products because it is their client first and foremost. And then on top of all that, we offer the mortgage brokers through our affiliate program referral fees on clients that become our tax clients. And we do personal tax, corporate tax, bookkeeping, payroll, full accounting spectrum on that side. Jesse, what's your, I know you're with a previous company before joining us. What's your experience between creditor insurance and term insurance? Where do you see clients leaning? Is it based on cost or coverage or insurability?
I think it's based on the demographic of people that you're dealing with mostly. In the previous company that I was representing, we were dealing with a lot of just the blue collar, average family type of people, right? So for them, mostly it was cost. It always came down to cost. That was the biggest thing I noticed.
I find most of the quotes that we're doing now that the term insurance, the actual life insurance, term life, the cost is actually cheaper than a lot of the creditor products out there. But I think it's for us, what I'm seeing is most clients that we talk to that end up, switching over, it's the convenience of checking a box when they renew their mortgage or when they, land a new mortgage. It's a convenience. It's not necessarily the cost. It's like, hey, do you want to be covered? And then they, they'll say, would you want your widow to dress as nice as your spouse? Those types of questions, and people check the box, and then all of a sudden they forget, 2 months later, they forget about the payment. but sometimes we can cut it almost in half, depending on the amounts. So Joyce, did you knowing us a little better now, our channel with mortgage brokers, how does your term product, Canada Life's term product, let's say the T10, compared to, let's just use MPP? And and there's nothing wrong with MPP. It's the best insurance you have is the insurance you have in place when you need it. But to be able to convert to something better, what do you see the main differences between creditor insurance products and Canada Life term?
So we can, like I said, you can basically pick and choose the length of the term between the year 5 to 50, which will give your clients, wide flexibility. And obviously you mentioned the convenience of basically keeping the length the same of your mortgage, for example, along with the term insurance, so that it ends when the mortgage has been fully paid off. So things like that, definitely I see, it's extremely important to your clients. And creditor insurance and mortgage insurance, like I said before, once the death benefit has been paid out, it goes directly to the creditors or the bank. Versus term insurance, it goes directly to your loved ones. So it definitely gives them the flexibility and then the convenience to utilize that death benefit in the hardest, perhaps the toughest time in their lives to use towards whatever that is needed. For example, funeral costs is one, childcare, things like that. Those are, I would say, the priorities when it comes to if your spouse or if your loved ones are to pass away.
Yeah, taking care of your family is first and foremost on most people's minds. When we talk to families about insurance, not necessarily individuals or single people, but this is a great webinar for single people too. You can meet somebody in the chat area. But for families and couples, you can, most of them, their biggest concern is their family. When people don't realize that until you become a parent. And I know you're a parent to twins, and Jesse's a parent. He has his kids down there with him in Mexico. I wish my parents were able to go to Mexico when I was younger. I actually grew up with a single mom, so most of my life with a single mom. We, our trip was to the backyard. We wanted to go south. We went out the back door. That was our trip south. But we've done all right since. But that's a lifestyle that Jesse's been able to build for himself. But when we talk to families, that's the biggest concern is, what would happen to my wife and kids? Something were to happen to me, and as we get older, when our kids get older, it becomes the grandkids. And, sometimes if the children are well off, they become doctors and dentists like all our kids are going to be. Then, we worry about our favorite charity or our favorite cause. But you have that choice with permanent insurance. With the creditor insurance, the bank is the creditor. We say on the tax side, who do you want to be your number one beneficiary? Because right now it's Canada Revenue, unless you do something about it. That's the default. They should have that on all the insurance applications. Default beneficiary, Canada Revenue. Uncheck the box if you want to choose someone else. So how, we know the process, but for anybody listening in or listening in on the replay, what is the simple process for a brokerage to place that term insurance for, let's say, a client that's renewing their mortgage or a client that has creditor insurance doing a conversion? What are the steps and, the easy process? I know it's for brokers, it's as simple as contacting us, but just walk us through the process. Let's say virtually 100% online, because we service clients. Jesse's resident in Alberta. We're in BC. Jesse takes care of Alberta with his team. We're in BC and Ontario. We share that, the rest of Canada. So we can place insurance online. How has Canada Life evolved with this online process?
Oh, that's a really good question. So especially since the COVID hit back in 2020, this process has been evolved for the greater, of course. And
it was amazing how fast it got implemented when it was a requirement instead of just a pipe dream.
Oh, absolutely. So we basically do everything online. Even the application, we have a special platform called Simple Protect, and just 60% of the application that's been put through Simple Protect gets approved in the next 7 days, and 84% of the applications, they get approved within 14 days. So this is really huge advantage for you as an advisor.
And this discount applies to Simple Protect as well,
of
correct?
course.
On the T10 product.
Correct.
So brokers that are listening, put the word out to your clients. If you're looking to get on our affiliate or referral program, let us know, reach out to us. But, this is a great, if you didn't reach back out to us, again, we wouldn't even have known about this campaign, from Canada Life. But it's great to have you on and hear about these things.
Thank you. Yeah, I really appreciate the opportunity as well.
Yeah, and Jesse tunes in every week from Mexico. He rubs it in. Sometimes he shows us the view from the window of the golf course and the beach. There, he's going to do it again. So just over the hedges is the beach. He has a nice little hedge there to prevent him, from the breeze. Sorry, you got that hedge in the way, preventing the breeze from coming through the window.
I don't want to make people too jealous watching all the golf carts drive by, so it's good.
That's all right. You're going to be back in Alberta in 5 days, and then we can show you our window. What's the weather now? I'm sure you've been checking that in
Alberta. Well, yes, I haven't looked today, but yesterday it was negative 34.
Wow. And where are you going to fly into, Jess, when you land?
Edmonton.
Right in Edmonton. That's great. Direct flight. It's the only way to do it with kids.
Yeah.
Joyce, you were talking about online, the simple online process with Simple Protect, and we have access to all those products. What are some of the permanent advantages, some of the advantages with the permanent insurance? So that term 10 is convertible to permanent insurance as well, correct?
Yes. Any term length can be converted into permanent without medicals.
No medicals, as long as it's done within the term period, simple application. And creditor products, so they're non-convertible, correct?
That's correct.
Yeah, so for the listeners, you wouldn't want to get a insurance product that you weren't able to convert. So we make the analogy between renting and owning with the rental contract. If you signed a rental contract and it said you're never able to own this home, but you can rent it for 10 years, would you sign? Now, if you had an option to buy it or own it permanently, which property are you going to move into? It's the one with the options. And Jesse, don't you have an option on that place? And where are you? Playa del Carmen?
Playa del Carmen, yeah.
Yeah, so you have an option. I told Jesse if he's there next year, he has to invite the whole team down, including the Canada Life support team. Hey, I saw him shake his head, Joyce. We have this on video, so Jesse shook his head. We're going to Playa del Carmen next year.
I completely agree that everyone is allowed to come, for sure.
As long as we split the cost, that's fair. So, these live events, we used to be able to get together. I know Canada Life put on events almost every month in the Lower Mainland, and now we're on video, but we're bringing these webinars every week. We started doing webinars when COVID hit in early 2020, and we've done over 100 webinars now. So we hope to get you on another one, Joyce.
For sure, absolutely.
Down the road, maybe go in depth, maybe on one of the other products, permanent product, or maybe the differences between a whole life and universal life. Just, most of our listeners are the average Canadian, the mid-market clients that we service on the tax and accounting side. Some of the corporations that we service are just Canadian controlled private corps, usually family owned or individual owners. So these are the type of clients that we service, and those are the type of clients that come into our webinars every week. A lot of network marketers, a lot of self-employed, listeners on, and there's other products, living benefit products as well that Canada Life has, and a lot of people know the name Great West Life or group plans, etc. So we're still able to offer all those through Canada Life. It's just the name for all these companies now is under the Canada Life brand. So Jess, on the affiliate side, the referral side, how easy is it for mortgage brokers to get signed up with our affiliate program?
Well,
maybe we could
made it really easy. We made it really easy. All you have to do is go to the link, which I'm sure we can drop in the chat. But you click that link, you click a button that says apply to become an affiliate, I think, or a partner, referral partner, and then you just check the boxes and that's pretty much it. You get your own individual link that you can send people and refer people through. And then as far as the affiliate commissions go and the affiliate tagging and just making sure that you get recognition for anyone that goes through your individual link, that's all set up and automated. It's all ready to go. Simple.
It doesn't get any easier than that, does it? Okay, we'll just keep going with the slides. So we run a poll every week. If you have any ideas for a poll, Joyce, let us know, and Paige can get one set up. But the last one, how will you spend Valentine's Day this year? Single, taken, or getting crazy to prepare for tax season? We run this poll through our newsletter, so it goes out to about 10,000 people through Constant Contact. We post it on LinkedIn. And it's funny, the results that we get on some of these fun. We try and keep it fun every week because you could imagine working in a tax office full time. It's not your idea of excitement, but Paige makes it fun, and Alicia with these polls every week. And maybe they could give us a sneak preview of the next poll coming up. They can put in the chat area. We post tax tips every day. We post insurance tips every day on all the social media platforms, but this week's tax tip, if you really want to know how much tax you're paying, it's not the refund that you get back. We just talked to a client yesterday making about $70,000. They're paying $28,000 in tax, but they're getting a $1,200 refund. And I said, well, what about the $26,800 taxes that you paid through your employer all year? You forgot about that. So our goal is to reduce the amount of tax that people pay. And working with corporations, a lot of corporations don't realize that if your personal insurance is transferred to your corporation, there's many tax benefits, but one of them is we can help structure your corporate-owned life insurance policy to be tax deductible. How would you like to write off your life insurance premiums every month? And Jesse talked about the affiliate link. That's in the chat area. If you just want to click on it, that is affiliate program where we pay out 20% on referrals for every client that comes in through the tax, accounting, or corporate tax side. Our events every week, there's the main link for our events, but we have all the events up on our Facebook page as well, and we post them on LinkedIn. So Q&A. I'm sure some of our team had some questions for Joyce. Some of them personal, so we'll ask. You don't have to answer. I know one is, what is life like with twins? Do you get a lot of attention, I guess, when you go out? How old are your twins? Boys, girls?
They are 5, and they're identical twin girls. So yes, I do get a lot of attention for sure.
I grew up neighbors. I actually just visited. I've been in BC 25 years, but I went back to Ontario in the fall a couple times, went and knocked on a few of the old neighbors' doors, and, they look like they haven't changed in age, but when you look at the photos, they've aged. I was looking at my neighbor's mother. She's there by herself now. And there were twin boys living 5 doors down from us, Ashley and Andrew McCoggan brothers. And one of them now is 6'2", dark hair, brown eyes. The other one is like 5'6", redhead with blue eyes. Wow. Identical twins, and they're so not identical. And nobody ever believes that they're twin brothers.
That's crazy.
So they're twins, but not identical twins. And weightlifting, how long have you been involved in weightlifting?
Well, I've been working out since about 2013, I would say. But I just really got into it after I had my kids, because I just wanted to get back into shape and, stay healthy for my girls. So, yeah, and now I'm just like obsessed with it. So,
so what type of training do you do?
I do like powerlifting, and I mostly do weightlifting. I don't really do cardio. Like, I don't really do running and things like that, which I should, because it's really good for you. But I just don't have the time.
A lot of people don't realize that Arnold Schwarzenegger, even though all the video that you see of him talking about eating, 1,000 or 20,000, whatever the carbs are, a day, and all the heavy lifting that he did. But part of his success was due to all the aerobic work that he did. And you don't see a lot of video on that with Arnold Schwarzenegger, 5 or 6 time Mr. Olympian, but it does help show what you've been working on, by keeping the cardio workout up. I know Jesse and I are going to be working on that when he gets back. We're waiting for spring though.
Yeah. I don't have time either. I don't have time.
Yeah. That's great though that you're able to maintain that since 2013. Jesse had a sports career in the past. I did. My sporting career ended in the year 2000, and people always ask me, do you still keep? It's been 22 years now, but people say, do you still keep in shape? I said, yeah, I keep in great shape. It's just pear shape now. That's the only difference. Just a little bit different now than before. So questions. I know we have a couple of our team are looking to get licensed on the insurance side, so maybe they have some questions. I'm just looking at the chat area. We got a few more minutes left. Anything you want to elaborate on, Joyce? So
before I came into this industry, when I think about like Jesse said, life insurance is not something, sexy to talk about, and it's something that people don't really want to talk about and don't really care about. It seems like a bit of an oxymoron to say that life insurance, they don't really talk about it, because it is very important. And Canada Life, we actually offers not only life insurance, we also offer a critical illness insurance, which is we are actually the leader of the critical illness industry, and we also offer disability insurance. So if you want to kind of structure a holistic approach of financial planning, I would definitely include that. You should definitely have that conversation of what's going to happen to you if you become ill, and what's going to happen to you if you incur a disability. Then you got to talk about these really important conversations to your clients.
Yeah, and part of our legal obligation to clients as well is to talk about all the components. We've created something we call the 5 circles of financial planning. So number 1 is tax and debt. Number 2 is life insurance. Number 3 is living benefits. Number 4 is your investment or retirement strategy. And number five would be your emergency plan and estate planning. So it is a holistic approach, and Canada Life covers 2/3 of that entire process for every Canadian, with the products that you provide. Jesse, any final notes this week's webinar?
No, other than I think it's all kind of been said already. A lot of what we talk about on these webinars, we try to make it fun, obviously, but these are more serious-based conversations. They're things that maybe you don't want to talk about, but you probably should, So I would recommend just have those conversations. I used to joke a little bit with my clients that I was going to see and just say, there's only really a couple of times that most families talk about these types of things and have these conversations. It's one, when one of us people shows up at your door, and 2 is when it's too late and something's already happened. So definitely want to have that conversation before something happens and not regret not making the time for it after something happens.
It's absolutely free to talk about. One of the biggest inhibitors to life insurance, everybody wants life insurance when they hear about it, but nobody wants to pay for it. But what we do with our approach, starting with the accounting, the tax and debt side, is we help structure finances so that people are able to afford it or make it more affordable. And in some cases, when we talk about those corporate owned strategies with the deductibility of the premiums and the tax savings at the end of the process, you can actually get your insurance sometimes net zero cost.
Yeah.
In those corporations. So that's, if you do own a corporation, definitely reach out to us. If you're just looking at converting your mortgage insurance, reach out to us. If you're looking for a free trip to Mexico, talk to Jesse. For the higher level stuff, we can reach out to Joyce and her team at Canada Life. A lot of them are working remotely, but I know the corporate office, which is a luxury for us in the Lower Mainland in Vancouver, we can stop into the office if we need help on bigger cases. So I think that's it. That's a wrap for another week here with our weekly affiliate webinar. Today we talked about insurance with Joyce Latek from Canada Life, and of course our special co-host Jesse Garnier from Playa del Carmen, Mexico. You'll be back for next week's webinar. Show us the window next week, Jesse. Make sure and show us a view out the window for next week's webinar. We're gonna look forward to seeing that one next week. Our team next week is going to be on the webinar, so we're going to introduce everybody to our team here at the head office. Some of the remote teams, some of our franchisees will be on next week because we are kicking off tax season. Reach out to us. Thanks again, Joyce, and we'll see you next week, Jesse.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Joyce. Nice meeting you.
Thanks for having me. Bye.
Bye.
We will end it off with a little bit of music. Let me just cue up the videos. We'll end it off with Mike talking about how to set up your CRA account, and we'll see everybody next week.
This is Mike. Mike likes to do things the easy way. Recently, Mike read that My Account, the Canada Revenue Agency's secure portal, lets Canadians across the country view and manage their tax and benefit affairs quickly, conveniently, and securely, all online. Mike thinks this seems like a good idea. So, he found a quiet spot on his lunch break and engaged the power of technology to help him manage his tax and benefit information. With a few clicks of his mouse and a few strokes of his keyboard, Mike began registering for My Account. Mike started at the My Account webpage at canada.ca/my-CRA-account. Mike has the option of choosing from 2 ways to register for My Account. He can register and create a CRA user ID and password, or he can log in using a sign-in partner. Mike uses online banking on a regular basis, so he chooses to use the sign-in partner option. He logs in with the information that he already uses with his bank, making his experience that much easier. After entering a few details to ensure his privacy is protected, like his social insurance number, date of birth, current postal code, and an amount from his last tax return, Mike has instant, secure access to some of his tax and benefit information, like the status of his tax return and a summary of his notice of assessment. He can also sign up for online mail. Within a week or 2, Mike will receive a letter in the mail from the CRA with his CRA security code. Mike can also call the CRA to get his code earlier. Once Mike enters this code, he will have full access to even more information through My Account, including details about his tax returns and benefits. Now, Mike can do everything from updating his address, to checking on the status of his refund, to printing proof of income, to setting up direct deposit, and much more. He can also log in and check some of his information on the go using the My CRA web app. Now that's easy. If Mike used his security code to fully register for My Account, he can also use the CRA's autofill My Return service when he files online using certified software that includes that feature. Autofill My Return automatically fills in certain parts of his income tax and benefit return. What could be easier? But Mike thinks the best thing about My Account is that he can access the information he needs anytime, anywhere. Perfect for someone with such a busy life. Make your life easier and be like Mike. Sign up for My Account. You'll have access to the CRA's full suite of self-service options and see firsthand how the CRA is delivering on its commitment to client-focused service. Find out more at canada.ca/my-CRA-account.